Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on expanded form. It is important to understand how each and every number is constructed. This means that we must have a very good knowledge of place value. Let's look at two-digit numbers first. Write each of the following numbers in expanded form. Number 1, 34. If we recall previous videos, a number like 34 has two separate columns. The 4 is in the ones column and the 3 is in the tens column. And that's why when we expand 34 we get 3 times 10 plus 4 times 1. Because 3 tens are 30, so the place value of 3 is 30. 4 ones are 4, and the place value of 4 is actually 4 ones or 4 units. With 68, it's 6 tens and 8 ones. 79 is 7 tens and 9 ones. And 50 is 5 tens and 0 ones. With three-digit numbers, when we write those in expanded form, the first one is 764. 7 hundreds, 6 tens, 4 ones. 329, 3 hundreds, 2 tens, 9 ones. 640, 6 hundreds, 4 tens, 0 ones. 804, 8 hundreds, 0 tens, 4 ones. 600 is 6 hundreds, 0 tens and 0 ones. And 777 is 7 hundreds, 7 tens and 7 ones. Now we can increase this concept up to 4 digits. Let's have a look at some of these ones. The first one is 7,642. That's the ones column, the tens column, the hundreds column, and the thousands column. Therefore, 7,642 is 7,000, 6 hundreds, 40, and 2 ones. 6,957 is 6 thousands, 9 hundreds, 5 tens, and 7 ones. 4,620, 4 thousands, 600, 2 tens, that's your 20, and no ones. 6,804, there's your 6 thousands, there's your 800, there are no tens, and there's your 4. 7,038, there's the 7,000, there are no hundreds, 3 tens gives you the 30, and 8 ones. And 5,000, there's your 5,000, there are no hundreds, no tens, and no ones. Understanding years. If we discuss various situations involving years, we will gain a better understanding of larger numbers and how they compare with each other. We will also increase our understanding about the sizes of different numbers. Let's look at some examples. What year comes after 1976? In other words, you just add 1 to this one here. So if you put an extra 1 here in the ones column, the next year will be 1977. What year comes before 2014? So that's last year. So pretend that 2014 was a particular year. The year before that, you just take 1 away. So that's 2013. What year was it 5 years after 1982? So if we go back to 1982, which is a long time ago, 5 years after, so you add 5 to this. So you've got 82, you add 5, and that gives you 1980. I'm sure you've got the answer already. 1987. What year was it 10 years after 2003? Just add 10 to 2003, and I'm sure you've got the answer. 2013. What year was it 5 years before 1969? So you take 5 away from that, so 5 years before this year here. So let's go. 1960, and I'll bet you know it's 1964. What year was it 10 years before 2017? So take 10 years off that, and that gives you 2007. Because it's basically 17 take away 10 gives you 7. What year was it 100 years before 1956? So we're going to go back 100 years now. We take 1956, go back exactly 100 years. In fact, that's the century before, so it's 1856. That's a long time ago. What year was it 100 years after 1654? So you add 100 years to that. So it's the next century. So it's 1754. How many years in a century? I think you know. If you play cricket and you score a century, you score 100. And how many years in one decade? I think you know that it's 10. So this video has given you just an introduction into expanded form, and also it's looked at some years and how we understand large numbers. It's easy to understand larger numbers when you actually look at years.